They say in the swamp there ain't no such thing as bad breath, but I can guarantee you those who do not use pro-enamel Sensidyn are missing out on the biggest bite of life. Sometimes what I do when I'm feeling hungry in the swamp, what I'll do is I'll just open her up. Just like that.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Chris.
Just a bite. That's all it takes. And now I'm ready to go hunting in the swamp again. Anyways, we are talking about all sorts of things.
They put warnings on those things not to digest, man. It says don't swallow.
Didn't realize I was talking to a fucking medical doctor.
You're keeping that accent.
I am not talking to a medical doctor, and there's where the humor comes from. Fuck. I got a.
Can you just clean your mouth before you keep talking to me, please? Because if I keep having to look at that paste on your lips, I'm gonna get sick.
I'm cleaning it up.
Thank you.
Got some things on my mind. People that I know should not be alive right now.
Okay, we're gonna change that subject real nice and quick.
All right.
What are we here to do today?
What should we talk about, Sean? If I think we should the revenge of our enemies.
I think we should start talking in our normal voices and start talking about Twin Peaks.
Southern Civil War drawl.
No, I don't know why you're a Southern doctor all of a sudden, or a Southern lawyer. But,
it's because of my constitution, Sean.
Your constitution or your constitutional rights?
What are we talking about? What the?
We're back with another episode of Twin Peaks, and this one is going to be called Twin Peaks After Dark.
After Dark.
After Dark. And do you know why we're calling it? Do you know why we're calling it After Dark, Chris?
Because it's Halloween.
Well, I'm sure by the time this episode comes out, it'll be well past Halloween.
Halloween 2024.
Yeah, maybe.
Sean, you are not entitled to make those jokes. We've talked about that.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. My bad. No, we're calling it After Dark because this is like the less talked about period of Twin Peaks. This is
the sexier
the part.
I feel like
I guess you could look at it that way. Yeah, I know. Yeah. After Dark sounds sexy, but really I just wanted to make it sound like nobody wants to talk about it. Like nobody wants to talk about these episodes of Twin Peaks.
Because it was after dark and everyone was drinking in the production of the film.
Nothing good happens after 3 a.m. type of thing.
It does not. And that's why we've called it After Dark, because it's the, I guess, conjoint twin of the brilliant Twin Peaks, the thing that's kind of latched on to the otherwise brilliant season 1 of Who Killed Laura Palmer.
And season 2, and I think the season 2.
Let's talk about that then. So, where's the cutoff line?
I think season 2 is bookmarked by the best Twin Peaks has to offer. I think those first, I think it was like 7 or 8 episodes of season 2 where you're running up to figure out who actually killed Laura Palmer, it being her father, Leyland Palmer, being possessed by Bob. I think that those are some of the best episodes in the series, and then I think that the season 2 finale might be the best Twin Peaks episode, maybe of all time, to be completely honest with you. But it's
Sean, that sounds like a very spicy pellet to eat.
Season 3
in the fucking cage.
Yeah, but here's the twist: we're not going to talk about that episode tonight. Sorry, guys. That'll be its own special episode coming up later. So make sure you subscribe.
Blue balls happening all over the world right now.
Oh, I doubt it. I don't think I've ever given anybody a case of blue balls in my life,
except
man
for
or
me.
woman.
Anyways,
yeah, all the time, But all right.
I'm not happy about that.
So this stretch that I'm specifically talking about is what they would label as episodes 17 through 28 on the collected sets, or if you were watching them on
are you the one
services.
to coin? Are you the one to coin the Twin Peaks After Dark, or is this something that's been going around for?
No, I coined it. It's not very coinable. I mean, it's not something that anyone's going to take a run with.
I was going to say we could spend more time and make it better.
Oh well, thank you. Go fuck yourself.
All right. Maybe I will, using erotica. Plastic woman.
Well, I would assume you're using something that's not just your dry fist, but
from the past. Erotica. Talk
Okay.
to the guy from the mountains. Erotica.
Oof, lovely.
Talk to the guy from the. So we are back with
Twin
what?
Peaks After
Twin
Dark.
Peaks. That's right. Twin Peaks After Dark. It is getting sexy. There's so
And
much
so we're talking
sex.
about a stretch of about 11 episodes here. So I think the best way to talk about it in a succinct and quick manner as possible is to simply divide it into three sections, which is to say we'll talk about what we like about this stretch of episodes,
All right.
what we don't like about this stretch of episodes, and what we absolutely hate about this stretch of
So we're
episodes.
not talking about a lot of good episodes, are we, Sean? Between the things we hate and the things we really hate about the.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where it does lean towards. Although, like I said, I think there are some,
Is it really that
really
clear cut and dry?
redeemable.
As soon as we find out about Laura Palmer's, I guess killer, we are then immediately just
No, I would say there's
taken
like a
away from the brilliance of Twin Peaks. Like, or
I'd say
is it
there's
a
like a
gradual decay?
it's pretty abrupt. It's pretty abrupt, but I would say there's about like a 2 episode transition period. Like there's that one episode right after Laura dies where it's kind of or sorry, right after Leyland dies, where it's dealing with like his funeral and the fallout. And it's kind of like a transition episode where not a lot happens, but all the mysteries start picking up, kind of like teased in that episode, like the new stuff they're going to layer out, and then especially it picks up in the next few episodes, which I think are Masked Ball and the Black Widow. You want to go back to a spot right now? I don't
A
understand.
huge shout out again to Pro
Mhm.
Enamel Sensidyn protection. Advanced enamel protection, rebuilds, restores, refreshes. Pro Enamel Sensidyn. What I do once I open it up, um, I smell it to make sure it's still good, and I just kind of take a put in my mouth.
You've done that once already. Did you not think it? Oh God, you're not getting it on camera because I'm talking. So, but that's lovely. Uh, you need to make noise. Like I don't understand what part of you don't that doesn't understand that.
I have to make noise. I just yelled out with all the fucking shit. All right, what are we talking about, Sean?
We're
I
talking
forget.
about how you were asking me how quickly does the bad come
Fuck,
in, and I would
it
say it
is so
transitions.
minty.
Yeah, it's a minty
Pisses me
paste.
off.
It transitions pretty quickly, and then by the time you get into like episode 20, you're dealing
Mm,
with like
minty.
mhm, you're dealing with like what the kind of like arguably like the one storyline that everybody points to as
Fucking minty.
the worst storyline in all of Twin Peaks, which is definitely on my worst list, is the James and Evelyn love
Fuck.
triangle, which you probably don't even remember
Mm,
because yeah,
fucking sorry. It's
you got
just
too
so
much mint on the
goddamn
brain.
minty. It's
Yeah.
it's minty. Mm.
What what do you remember about that arc with James being seduced by an older woman who takes her in and he thinks she's being abused by her husband and then she ends up trying to get him to well she ends up like blaming the death of her husband on James, like framing him for his murder. And then basically James disappears from the series after that.
So I guess you just answered my.
You don't remember it at all, do you?
Well, no, I don't. I have been
Yeah,
blacking
that's
out
you're
for the last
lucky.
one
You're
second.
lucky because it is terrible. It's pretty easily the worst section of all of Twin Peaks. Mostly and I hate to do it to the guy, but it's just the actor's performance who plays James, whose name is escaping me off the top of my head right now. What are you doing? Would you come back, please? Thank you.
We are back with
Oh,
a
we're
very
back now?
special. We are back with a very special sponsor. This sponsor is by my personal friend of the family, Greg Sensidyn. Came up with a brilliant toothpaste. Greg Greg Sensidyn came up with Pronamel. Pronamel Sensidyn toothpaste. It is my go-to toothpaste when I'm hungry or needing just a little bit of a break. Pronamel Sensidyn.